dealt there, so Rux decides to opt his way out. King, one of our high Elim players, 35 HP, gonna try and get that med kit off, but he can't quite. Time to fight it out. A little bit of a build battle. Let's see if he can get the walls. And again, oh my goodness, shockwave. He's actually going for it. Are you kidding me? Lunesi goes down, and King back up to 85 HP. What a play.
On the World Cup stage.
Yeah, the kid.
He just shockwaved to the sky and tried to hip fire hand cannon his opponent.
With 35 HP.
Are you kidding me? With 35 health? Talk about confidence. It's such an insane play that it catches the opponent off guard. Stopping, trying to push on it. I believe this is Dub when they was on the wall. Dubs. And also in the elimination feed, Aqua, our Fortnite World Champion from yesterday, has eliminated Tfue.
5 out of 6, one left. Those players, the 16 that have already been eliminated, they still have one game remaining. But our current leader on the standings, Bugha, down in Lucky Landing, gonna make a rotation away. Any damage at this point is the most important thing, getting ahead of the game here. The Storm is pressing on in. He's only against one other player down here in Lucky. So the opt to rotate out to the west towards the river, probably the best one in the situation. Doesn't want to get challenged. He's got a free rotation up now. Slip is right there. Not realizing the two teammates relatively close to 2 llamas in the south end.
Spot that one on his left, on his right. I doubt he will go around for Bugha. It's so bad that 3 and 4 games. He had one where he dropped off for whatever he was maybe the first 10 players in the game, but still keeping his lead because of how well he's performed in the other 3 games to this point. He did show some aggression there for a moment, but decides, nope, I'm going to fall on back. Don't want to take this 1v1 out in the open. Would rather go continue to loot on up, earn more materials because, hey, 45 builds, you think, not in any case in a competitive lobby like this, and well, since he fell back, he has to get himself a combat challenge.
That clicks the elimination on Nate. Down to 81 players remaining as this first circle starts to close. 52 seconds left before that happens.
And this first zone, very central on the map. No super drastic things to come on through. Here's a replay from earlier on of how Aqua challenged and eliminated Tfue. Aqua gets the floor, and Tfue stands no chance, can't even fire a shot. And there's the frustration from Tfue. He knows he has not had the day he's wanted. One of the biggest names in competitive Fortnite, one of the winningest players of all time, getting shut down here at the Fortnite World Cup Solo Final.
I would say it's definitely a different playing field than a lot of these players are used to, no matter where they hail from. Because the first time that we have multiple regions from the entire world all play from the same lobby, the same setups. It's all on land here, so it's just a different scenario for everybody. Pushing in the box, gets inside, and the elimination. Robams goes down here in Neo Tilted.
And I like that a lot from Lechy, right? Because he's got 200 HP. He's already done a lot of damage to his opponent. He also does 23 more white damage, HP damage to realize, wait, I have a major health advantage as Bugha begins to dance on the main stage. But he pushes on in, forces the play, and says, you know what, if you have a trap, I'm still going to survive through it. You're so little HP that I know I'll eliminate you, even if I take 150 damage to the trap. Bugha, I mean, I guess this is kind of the mindset he has right now. I'm in first. I've got shadow bombs, I've got a launch pad, I've got everything I need. Banny, if you want to play this game, bro, you can play this game. But Bugha dances, and his opponent says, no thank you. No dance battle for me today, I'll back on up.
It's enough to pressure him to rotate.
Imagine dancing and scaring away your opponent. That's when you know you're good at the game.
Whenever you dance, you scare me away too, Jack. Don't worry. 73 players remaining as Cease picks up. Format for the day. We have 10 points for a victory royale. You make it to top 5, it's only 7. You make it to top 15, that's 5. Top 25 is 3, and every elimination on the board is an additional point.
And also keep in mind,
ooh, a big 46. The white damage, a good signal for Bugha that that player most likely won't challenge unless that's the only thing they have left. No pressure there. there. He's an opportunity to just rotate away cleanly.
Another thing to keep in mind, you see right there, 100% extra materials when farming. You also have a max count of 500 of each material type. So you cannot carry 1,000 wood, or 999 wood, 999 brick, 999 metal. No, it's 500 of each material type. Building inside structure. Glorious mech defeated to save the Fortnite island.
Ooh, a solid hit there. Pressure from above, knowing that ramp is closing off for just a second. Gonna try and take a different wall to edit from above.
Why is he throwing a sting?
Hasn't owned it just yet. Very good question. At some point, that's gonna have to come out. Maybe pressure the player off of that campfire. Still can't. There it is. Still can't. These stalemates for taking walls, one of the highest pressure situations, because you're on the verge of a box fight in which your opponent, you know they're going to push in. They have a trap on the wall and place it. Go for the shotgun shot, 160. The blue pump, very, very powerful.
That's a 160 to the jaw right there. That's what people missed about the pump shotgun when it was vaulted. As we all know, it's off back to play, and reasons like that, so play. For a lot of people, one spot where just completely outclasses all other shotguns. Shotgun play right now. Competitive Fortnite. Storm Surge did pop up, but it just went away almost instantly. It's lucky to talk a little bit quicker as things have gone on. Maybe getting desperate, challenging more early game fights to get an advantage. Psalm won our early game. One of these big shields that right now. Big shields, chug splashes, and I like that a lot. Psalm at first decides, you know what, let's use the big shield to get the full health out of it. But because the opponent comes in, realizes, well, what's the left of two evils? That is popping two chug splashes, giving myself as much health as possible, and not playing greedy. I like that from Psalm, a sign of a veteran player. You got to take what you can get, and that's a perfect example of it right there.
Waiting to see if there's an opportunity to sneak a shot through on the surface inside that ramp. He doesn't own it. Every time he does a little bit of damage, he has an opportunity to replace it. He does, in fact, take it. Get the wall, goes in, but a big shot from the other side, down to 71. Those chug splashes coming in big. He might have to wait, though, that last one. Don't know if we'll have time to use it. Pressure from the player inside. Rotating down, immediately popping a hole out and getting in his baller. Opts to not take that fight. Probably a very good call, seeing as how he took a ton of damage on the inside before he had a chance to move away. 110 total now. The baller's full HP.
Riverside. That legendary sniper rifle. 75 total health. Often set up on the left side of your screen in a metal box, really no one gets challenging that. Fully built metal. It's just something that when you see it in competitive Fortnite with how little ammo you have, you're basically like, all right, I'm not bothering you. You're set up. I'm not bothering you. Just don't out shoot me, because it's almost impenetrable, it feels like, with how little time you have to shoot and how little ammo you wind up having in these games. A replay from earlier on. Another one of these close box fight. Gets that ramp. Tries to challenge forward. Basically edited into the opponent's box. That's Hood J. And will get the combat shotgun. So a major upgrade from a common tactical shotgun up to a combat shotty. And I'm sure everyone that plays Fortnite knows just how good that is. But back over to Riverside as well. Rolling on through the river.
I just have to say, I'm a little surprised that he opted to take the bolt over Shadow Bomb. Looking at late game Fortnite, especially competitive, oftentimes you see stacks of players on top of each other and no opportunity for a snipe. The Shadow Bomb is going to be a mobility that he's not going to have. The baller's gone now. Yeah, it's in the box. I don't know why he didn't take the Shadow.
To be honest, I think Riverside did that as, all right, I have this baller. I'm going to play around the baller being my, well, Shadow Bombs for this game. And that's not the case. That was what just happened was the worst thing that could ever occurred for Riverside. His baller's gone. Got 3 movement items left, and now he's stuck up with
Just quick note, Epic Whale is currently in 6th position. Riverside in 4th, so this is a battle at the top of the leaderboard, stuck inside a box, up back and forth. And Epic cannot quite find the target. Riverside picking up a big leaderboard elimination right there.
That is a moment where I think nerves gets you a little bit. You mentioned top 6. prize pots, and instead, Riverside wins a fight that looked impossible to win. It is now set up
back here, Plug, our current leader. Look at the shots through there. Little shakes the hands off a little bit, blow off some steam. His arrow goes down inside. Very, very accurate player. See this on the top left of your screen. One of the more well-known players, like you said, one of the most consistent players, Jack, in all of Fortnite we've ever seen. With the speed of the build. Try and get a little bit of a higher view. Doesn't want to be stuck down too low. It's just waiting. Players rotating. Maybe some shots on the baller soon. Some pressure being applied. Fight as well.
And if you look at what Andre the closest player on the west side of that zone, safe, and everyone has to move right towards it. Also, 6 minis, rear max builds, 4 shadow bombs, 2 launch pads, a shockwave. Bugha knows what a fantastic position he's in. If he can make it to late game, he basically has a guaranteed placement.
Here, quite a few materials. Mid-range, up close. Who's pushing in? No launch pads. No shadow bomb. He does have a slip, but as soon as he's away from that thing, flying, he can establish a base, but making a move after that's going to be tough. And he is getting attacked from literally every angle. Going to look back at Bugha's, going to build his way up, see if he can spot anybody on the move. This position still very, very good. The edge of the next safe zone. 2 seconds until that pressure starts to apply, and a lot of players you see in the minimap have already started to rotate in. They're making their moves now with shots from Bugha and many others as these players are flying in. Can use launch pads, get some shadow bombs used in situations like this, and no shield on that player. Bugha right now has a total of 16 elims today. King is in second with 15.
That's all it is. You just get set up in the zone, fire people who have to move from the storm. It's the common enemy. Every player in the lobby. Issa did just go down to class, and we also saw Vivid drop a couple moments ago. So nothing really from Vivid this game, unfortunately. Bugha won a little so far. They've gone down. Here's the perspective of the drop coming on in. Everyone's made it up on the mountain right now. Still some people on the edge. You see the likes of Cease still alive. Blix, Zate, Creo, Cosmic, Skype. Earlier on, took home a game of his own in game 2.
Note, by the way, Riverside, who we saw eliminate the 6th place position, has gone down to 7-4. So he is out of this game. 44 players reversing their feed, going down to Dementos. We are not even at placement position just yet, and we're looking at the 6th to 7th circle transition. Everyone has to move.
Plays. Boga's still bouncing up. 30 players left, just so frantically looking around for potential victims.
You'll notice as soon as they're box to box, right next to another player, players like Booga will opt to build straight up. One more, 26 remaining. If one more goes down, he's going to pick up placement points. Keep an eye on the feed just to see only one elimination remains. There it is, 25. He's already into the placement points now. It's going to push him even higher on the leaderboard. Everybody left picks those points up too, but as we move, players starting to drop left and right. Sky still sitting on a baller, as well as Fatch Pika with the ultimate high ground, and Booga right in the middle, right in the thick of it. Look at the outside. That's a very smart move. In that moment, you have a baller flying up. You don't want those players to hold on to those. Taking the shots to break it out, maybe force an engagement.
Only 8 builds.
15 now.
Out of builds, no resilience. 8 in the top 15. For me, this is already a fantastic game for Booga. You've got placement points. Another elimination. How about a second? Booga, what are you doing? 2 elims come in. He's back up to near full HP, and he's in the top 10, and he's got all the materials he could ever need. Booga, how are you making this happen? From no mats and no movement. One player nearby. Booga at 3 elims, still ahead of the zone. He can absolutely win this game, Dr. Lupo. More placement points.
Opts to drop the extra weapons in his inventory. They are the green pump, 6 amazing campfire, 42 builds. 5 players left. He is sitting in one of the best spots I think he could have possibly imagined. Creo, he is just a sandwich between Pika, Visa's, Creo, low ground. Chance.
trudging on up in the end. Here it is, the final moments. The zone closing behind a fully closed zone. Crayo's got to build on up. You see, health advantage was to Pieces. Pieces would win that game, but a full damage flint knock connects and swings the tide in his favor. Here it is one more time. Boom! Right to the chest, sends him into the zone, and wins the game. From Crayo as he takes game 5, the victory royale, 10 points plus his eliminations.
Huge game there, and Jack, we still have one more.
We do. We still have one more game in the Fortnite World Cup Finals. I don't see any way that Bugha's fallen out of first. That performance. He absolutely popped off. We're about to take a look at our standings, but Bugha may just be in a position where all he needs to do is find 1 or 2 points, and
there it is. 1 or 2. Ladies and gentlemen,
tío, el 10 de estar el 2. Se te han destruido, King.
He is one game from $3 million. The most eliminations. Tied for the most victory royales. By far the most points. Bugha has put on a show and is nearing the title of Fortnite champion.
17 points. That's what you need to break into the top 20, Jack. But even then, you're still 30 points away from first place.
You need a 1 keep plus elimination game to win a victory royale. And 0. Go look and have fun, but we have Jordan Fisher on the floor.
Fario Fish.
In the points and finding himself some eliminations as well, only falling in that second game early on. We're going to take a look at some of the eliminations that led him to a top 5 finish here. Bugha, first off, breaking the baller on the side of zone, making sure that he knows exactly who's moving in. Why is he moving in with the baller inside of the zone, inside of the center? And then as well, getting an elimination here onto Kalusha. Absolutely amazing job by Bugha there. He actually got into top 5, so an amazing finish. He's got 2 points from that, plus all the other performances, other placements in that match. He got only 1 match.
Míralo, Bugha. Míralo, el cabrón, se juega tumbado. Lo empujo así. Cago en la opción. Miren los chavales de hoy en día. Dios. No sabemos jugar a los videojuegos. Hacemos amorfados del cerebro. Se ha metido conmigo de...
he's on top of the leaderboard.
I can't believe he is so far and away the best. It has been something that I think a lot of people expected him to do well, but this well, anyone to perform this well and be this far ahead, unbelievable in a stacked lobby like this. Folks, use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Tell us your thoughts on the season you just saw, on what you're expecting from these final games, on your thoughts overall on the World Cup. It has been such a blast to me at this point. I cannot believe the road from where we started to here. These online qualifiers, everyone coming on in, the big names, the teams getting involved. Fortnite competitive is at a fantastic point, and with the millions watching online, I think it's a testament to how well it's doing.
Absolutely incredible. See a look down at the players getting ready for their final match of the day. 6 games total, the end of this next and final match. We will find out who the Fortnite World Champion in the solos competition is. If you're online, make sure you give some shout outs to those that you think could climb the board. It is still anybody's game. We've seen it before, and it would not surprise me to see it again. Again, going into this last match.
Yes.
The nerves for some of these players probably at an all-time high. You have to realize there's going to be more after this, though. Oh, there's got to be more.
The biggest event in Fortnite competitive history, but there is still a bright future for this season. New season coming out, more and more to be announced, I'm sure, very, very soon. All I know is the players are getting loaded on up and ready. You see them all looking around. What an experience this must be for all of them, their families in attendance. So many people here I've met this weekend, Ben, have been. It's their first ever gaming event. You know, not a lot happens in the Northeast because of in this area of the country, but epic do it, and they did it in style. What a fantastic venue. The marshmallow performance earlier. I saw how excited everyone was outside at the fan events too. It's been so cool. Competitive gaming events up to this point. This might be my favorite. This might be my favorite. I'm saying it right now.
It's touching, Jay. I appreciate that.
It is. I mean, it might just be. And that's all I know. I keep looking around, seeing everyone just excited, flowing back on in after the bathroom breaks, waiting for this last game. We appreciate your patience as we just get the lobby all set up. Want to make sure everything's all set and good to go. Remember, after this ends, if you're in the venue, don't just rush on out to get home and go back outside of the fan experience. We're going to crown our champion. We're going to crown our world champion. You want to be here for that. Congratulate them for the achievement. The trophy. How are they going to get that trophy home to the players? Because
Jack, I'll give you $20 if you charge down there and grab it.
I thought, you know what, if I don't do that, my career is much more worth it, I believe. Again, you can't really creative, you can just sit there, so you're looking at the leaderboard, game tournaments, right? Prize.
One of the things I noticed watching the few trio tournaments that we've seen over the last couple weekends, teams really have kind of mixed who they typically play with. That being said, one of the things I love the most about watching those is that the groups, it's always changing. And I think that exemplifies just how connected the competitive community really is. A lot of these players, they're all friends. Yeah, we see Skeptic holding up the L in the camera, which is really very funny, and people doing emotes on each other after elimination of the game. But at the end of the day, there's really kind of no bad blood between anybody because they all recognize they're all here for the same thing. It's a competition. It doesn't hurt that they all take home $50,000 at a minimum, right? Every single player. So yeah, that definitely can't hurt. But real quick before we move on, Jack, I just want to ask: did you ever think that any of these players, the list of names, do you think we'd see these players at this event? We'd watch them grow and change over 10 weeks of qualifiers. We saw people kind of rise up out of nowhere sometimes. And on the other side of that, we have players like Tifu, who've been well known for forever. It's amazing to see the list.
No, for sure. There's players that I think a lot of people expected to make it in, but didn't. All I know is there's been one player who's dominated so far today. It's Booga, and Sundown is over on Unreal Island. The breakdown of how he made it to this point.
Thank you so much, Lupo and Courage. And with one match left in the Fortnite World Cup final, one match to put everything on the line, Sentinel's player, Booga, has dominated the entire competition. He said from the very beginning, I don't care what's going on. I'm going to do me. I'm going to challenge every single player. I'm going to play aggressively. I'm going to look to get in their faces, get in the end game. The player who qualified from the start made a name for himself after the host and continuing running through. Let's take a look into some of his eliminations and how he's been able to build himself a 15-point lead over the best of the best in the world, and he's doing it by intelligent rotation, getting to the far side of the zone, and then hitting his shots. Kid, Bugga says, bring the rest of the lobby on. I'm looking to go aggressive. We talked about King and his shoot-first mentality, but the difference between King and Bugga is Bugga chooses his spots when to go. He knows when he needs to hold off, when he needs to be safe for a second, and when he can go aggressive. You see him stall just for a minute there against Creo, who's pushing in to the top 3, and he is able to execute the game plan, come up with the victory royale, and keep pushing forward. Now again, you know, right now, he has 0 Elan, able to pick up one right there, but he's chasing back into the storm. He's not looking to run forward, he's looking to catch them afterward. And same thing there, dropping down, picking up Kinzel, breaking the trap. And this one in particular, incredibly well done. With the infantry rifle, laying down the shots, able to pick that one up. And you know, the one thing I really like to see about Bugga afterward, every single time he hits a shot, real quick, he's just making sure he gets everything clean, no sweat going on him, no sweat indeed, because he is sweating out the rest of the lobby. If you see Sentinel's Bugga running at you, you need to be defensive or disengage because he is not letting it go. He wants the top spot. He wants to be your wire-to-wire leader, and he wants to name himself the best Fortnite player in the world. One more match left. Lupo and Courage, take it away and close us out.
Great stuff, Sundown. Gotta tell a story of how our player in first place has made it this far. Again, we appreciate your patience as we just get a couple things sorted in the lobby, but I believe I've received word. Everything is set. It all comes down to this. Millions and millions played online. Only 200 qualified for the Fortnite World Cup Finals, and this is the last game. The battle bus has launched one more time. The Fortnite World Cup Finals ends right here.
All 100 players on your screen there, Jack. Bugga sitting out in front of everyone thus far. A commanding lead. Creo, the winner of the previous game. Spread of players across the screen. There's your top 10 on the left side. Bugga, Song, Creo, Skype, Nate, Riverson, Rux, and the rest. Average placement thus far of 25th. So Creo only 8 eliminations, but 30 points. Enough to put him in 3rd place thus far.
One thing to remember too, yesterday, Zate and Sat held on to the lead the first 5 games, and it slipped up to 6. Bugga has been in the lead for all 5 games. He has never lost the first place spot. Will he suffer the same fate can he close it out right here? Remain on Fortnite.
Booga, by the way, Pennsylvania 16-year-old player, Sentinels, qualified the very first week for the World Cup.
Well, he just got his first part-time job to try to start earning money to buy himself a car. But instead, after this, could walk away with $3 million. Dude's gonna walk on in and say, "I quit."
Get homes. You know, imagine he wins $3 million here. His parents are gonna ask him to take the trash out. He's gonna laugh.
Yeah, right. Cease currently set up. Many builds, very early awkward fights. Cease knows that as well. Common infantry rifle, 25 shots and a drum gun.
Jack, one of the first 4 to go down in this match is Skype, who was in 4th place.
Wow, so
a very tough.
already around for the moment. Any AR shots left. We'll get some out of the ammo crate, which is good. Everything counts. And the farming of stone continues. Moffin and Zayt outside of Blue Lake, just fighting on the outskirts of it.
Just kind of building, walling against any from Zayt. Doesn't want to get caught on rotation. Interesting load out of that gold combat very early. That's a very solid pickup to start this match. Single shockwave remaining. Legendary grenade launcher. Drum gun hand as well.
Great starting inventory. Do swap on over. Blaster in a fight. Side pressure plant. One player nearby. Only at 73 HP, but again, when you're in this far into the tournament, you kind of get to a point where you just got to go for it. You got to.
Like Tfue picking up an elimination. Let's see here how things play out. 90 players remaining. The first circle starts to close in 50 seconds. Bandaging on the egg. Blaster just hanging out here. That player down below. Going to see if he can take shots here in a second. T-Chub's going to roll all the way down. Looks like no engagement going to happen here. Yarko, Sludwicki, 2 players that have faced off against each other a number of times. Going to go for the wall and, in fact, get it. Gets the angle inside and pushes on through. A solid aggressive play from Sludwicki to pick up his first elimination of Game 6.
Very clean, and that will end Yarko's Fortnite World Cup run. Solid performance earlier on. We'll see where he stacks up with the rest of this lobby when it's all said and done. Reminder, this is our final game here tonight. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get it trending just like yesterday. Alongside the millions of people watching online. Sam, who was our player as well, near the top of the leaderboard. What can he do in this last game? Can he make the trek and try to catch up to Booga, who was 15 points ahead in first?
Pika 1v1. And angled down through a handful of edits here at Mega Mall. He's going to push around the side and try and make his way inside Mall itself. Pika earned 12 of his total points in just the last match, and I think that says a lot about what is possible. In 11th place when we rolled into this game, Pika trying to find a way inside, pushing down through the outside. Maybe does in fact get the wall replaced. Are you kidding me? Used the shockwave to get down the wall that is inside. That's unbelievable.
He basically called the bluff. He called the bluff. The guy was trying to break the wall to secure it for his own. Pika was like, okay, break the wall for me. I'll just replace it my own. He does just that. Pika, full HP, 2 slurp juices, 6 minis. Shotgun doesn't end